I call the Thursday, August the 21st business meeting of Lumbee Tribal Council to order. At this time, I'll ask Brother Graylin Mitchell if he'll lead us in the invocation.
Father God, we're thankful for this day. We're thankful for the opportunity for Lord. Being able to come tonight, Lord, to conduct business in this time. Pray, Father God, that we touch everything tonight. Let it be integrity, Lord. Father, we just thank you so much for your love and your mercy you have shown to us today. Father, we just ask you, Lord, to continue to bless the Lumbee people, Lord. We ask you for those in Washington got to make a decision, Lord, to do their due diligence and make them fully. We pray, God, to continue to touch them and strengthen them. Now, Father, we ask you, Lord, to continue to bless this meeting tonight. Touch every member.
Yes.
In your precious name we do pray.
Amen. At this time, I ask Mr. Larry Chavis to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ms. Yvonne Dow will lead us in the preamble of the Constitution. In the inherent power of self-governance of the Lumbee Tribe of North Carolina, the tribe adopts this Constitution for the purposes of establishing a tribal government structure, preserving for all time the Lumbee way of life and community, promoting the educational, cultural, social, and economic well-being of Lumbee people, and securing justice and freedom for the Lumbee people. Thank you. At this time, I'll call on the secretary for the roll call.
Billy Oxendine.
Present.
Graylin Mitchell.
Here.
Joel Goolsby.
Here.
Pam Hunt.
Here.
Harold Smith.
Here.
Jody Bullard.
Here.
Carrington Locklear. Larry Chavis.
Here.
Yvonne Dial.
Here.
Kathy Hunt.
Here.
Johnny Bell. Bobby Emanuel.
Here.
Chucklewana Oxendine. Here. Josephine Doss.
Here.
Alex Baker.
Here.
Homer Fields.
Here.
Nancy Locklear.
Here.
Mary Locklear.
Here.
Larry Souls.
Here.
Christy Hunt.
Here.
Rudy Locklear.
Here.
You have a quorum, Speaker.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. At this time, I'll read the ethics statement. In accordance with Ethics and Conflict of Interest Ordinance number 2010-0312-01, it is the duty of every council member to avoid both conflicts of interest and the appearance of a conflict of interest with regards to any matter before the council today. Does any council member have a known conflict of interest or any perceived conflict of interest with respect to any matters coming before the council today? If so, please refrain from participating in those particular deliberations during the meeting. At this time, I'd like to extend a welcome to council members. Thank you for joining us today. I'd like to extend a welcome to those that are joining us by live stream, and I'd like to thank those that are in the chambers this afternoon. Tonight we do have former council member Mr. Lysandra Hunt with us, and we have Miss Mabel Moses, a senior Miss Lumbee, here with us joining us tonight. We also have another royalty member, but she will be with us and receive recognition later in the agenda. So again, welcome to all. At this time, I'll begin the review and approval of the agenda. I'll open up the floor for a motion.
So move. Second.
Thank you. Being moved and second, I'll call for a vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The agenda stands passed. At this time, we'll review and approve the July Tribal Council minutes in action. I have a motion to adopt, a second. Being moved in second, I'll open the floor for discussion. Hearing and seeing none, I'll ask for a vote by acclamation. All of those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. The July Tribal Council minutes in action stand approved. Our first recognition tonight is Miss Paige Freeman. Miss Paige has just recently been, if you'll come up, Miss Freeman. Miss Paige has now been crowned the 2025-2026 Miss Indian North Carolina, and she's here to tell us a little bit about herself and tell us about our platform.
Is it on now? All right, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much, Speaker. It's such an honor to join our Tribal Council tonight. My name is Paige Freeman. I'm a proud citizen of the Lumbee Tribe of North Carolina with strong affiliations to both the Kahari and Waccamaw-Siouan tribal communities. I grew up right here in Pembroke in the Union Chapel area, a member of the Maynor Center family, so Maynors, we got some Brewingtons, we got Scots, all of them from across our tribal nation. So my mom is Kahari from Clinton, North Carolina, and it's such an honor to stand before you all today. I'll do a little bit of my platform speech just to inform you all of what I will be representing this year. So as a young girl from Robeson County, I lived my early years surrounded by Native people, in church, and even at youth summer camps. But it wasn't until I left my tribal community to attend a predominantly white institution that I realized how fortunate I was to have this indigenous upbringing. Growing up, I can easily recall seeing the members of my community come together to ensure the traditions that they and their ancestors created would never vanish. These traditions are a sign of the strength that our ancestors portrayed in the face of adversity. During the COVID-19 pandemic, many of our elders passed on, resulting in the slow fade of many of the traditions and family ties that they held so dear. Throughout this year, I have been promoting my platform titled For Generations to Come. Through my platform, I encourage all Native youth across our state to bridge the generational gap and unite with our elders to ensure that our cultural traditions continue for future generations. With everything going on in the world around us, we are reminded that we, as Native youth, are the futures of our tribal communities. But we cannot promote a better future without carrying on the larger-than-life legacies of those who have blazed trails before us. As someone who carries only the memories of my ancestors, especially those of my maternal grandmother, Dorothy Jacobs Brewington, I know all too well the feelings of void deprived from forgotten traditions. To me, she was known as Grandma Dorothy. But to many others, she was affectionately known as Doc by my Papa Ronnie of 49 years. My grandmother was a true force to be reckoned with, regardless of where she was at. She was always a pleasure to be around and always went out of her way to take care of others. She never met a stranger, and she always made sure to tell the stories of our Native people. She loved taking photos of our family, and she loved making sure that we were able to come together and reminisce on those who came before. As long as our traditions like these continue in our tribal communities, then our people will flourish and continue to thrive for the next generation to come. My mission during my reign is to foster connections between Native youth and their tribal elders, bridging the gap between generations. To accomplish this, I hope to cultivate an environment where our Native youth can spend more time learning from their elders, whether that be sharing stories at the quilting circle, sharing recipes in the kitchen, or just kicking it up on the back porch. I am specifically excited to visit with elders in tribal communities and learn from their stories of survival and resilience. I hope to use these invaluable lessons to inspire the next generation to carry forward traditional values of strength, unity, perseverance, and integrity, no matter where they go. In closing, our elders have more wisdom and knowledge than we could ever measure. They have this wisdom because they were molded and transformed by those that came before them. Without their continued resilience, our communities would be lost to the colonization that tried to dismantle the world our ancestors once knew. The key to ensuring that our Native culture thrives, despite the rest of the world's desire for conformity, is to encourage our Native youth to continue learning from their tribal elders. As the current 2025-2026 Miss Indian North Carolina, it has been my honor to compel all of our Native youth across the state to carry this same sense of purpose for the next generation to come. Thank you.
Job well done. I'm going to invite you and your family here in the center. I'm also going to recognize that Ms. Paige Freeman is a recipient of one of the scholarships that Mr. Larry Chavis sponsored. And so I'm going to ask him, as he's also her district representative, to meet us down in the center. Kathy, you can meet us down there too. Come on, Larry.
3, 2, 1.
Thank you, Council. At this time, we'll move and recognize Miss Heather Strickland. Is Miss Strickland with us tonight? Okay. I don't believe she ended up being able to make it, but I did want to share Heather Strickland's information because I thought it was important. She's an intake specialist and emergency rental specialist here at the Tribe, but that's not why I wanted to recognize her. Miss Heather Strickland has done outstanding community work and volunteer as a child advocate with the Guardian Ad Litem program. And so I may invite her back at a later time. I'd really like to lift up the Guardian Ad Litem program and encourage people that may be able to do that to participate in that program. Those children really need an advocate in the situation that they're in. And so I kind of thought it was important to lift that up and to highlight that and to someone that is doing that and doing it well. So I apologize that she wasn't able. At this time, we'll move on to our presentation, which is tonight, Ms. Secretary Esperanza with the North Carolina Department of Administration. Well, at this time, we'll move on to the chairman's report. I'm glad you could join us today, Mr. Secretary.
Thank you. Perfect timing.
I was just about to move on, but
Okay.
glad you walked in.
Very well. Well, good evening, everybody. My name is Gabe Esparza. I am the Secretary of the Department of Administration. I bring greetings from Raleigh and the department. We are 500 strong. For those of you who haven't yet heard of the Department of Administration, I'm assuming you've obviously worked with my predecessor, Secretary Cashwell, before. We do a lot of different things at the department. We do all of the state asset management of our buildings and our land. We do business services with respect to procurement and motor fleet and so on and so forth. But for me, as I shared with the chairman earlier, the passion project of our department is our advocacy work. And that starts with the work that we do in the American Indian community. It includes as well a council of women and youth involvement. It includes all non-public education, that's private schools and homeschools, and it includes our hub office historically underutilized businesses. Those are passion projects for me, and so I'm so honored to be here with you this evening. As I've shared in many of these types of forums amongst the tribal communities, I share a little bit about my background as a Mexican American. My father, Ricardo Esparza, is a Mexican. As you all know, that most Mexicans are some combination of Spanish and indigenous blood. And so, having done my own little 23andMe background, I am indeed 15% Aztec indigenous blood. And so I, with that background, share common cause with you on a cultural basis, on a historic basis, and on all the things that we need to do together from an economic development standpoint and so forth. I want to thank the chairman for the time he spent earlier today with me, and thank all of you for working together with us at the department. I appreciate the good work that you all do in the community. I appreciate the work that our Commission of Indian Affairs does, as well as our department. The work that we do across the department, you might or might not know, is quite broad. And so it's important for me to share that the work we do cuts across so many important things that relate to the community.
We do housing work. We do work on workforce development, education, victim services, family and child support services. We do survey and data collection on the community. And of course, we have tribal recognition efforts. This is quite a broad portfolio. And we have 30 some odd staff in the organization and never enough money to do everything that we want to do. You all know that we are operating in an environment where the federal government has chosen to cut many programs. That has a direct impact on the work that we do, because most of the work that we do are grant-funded programs that come from the federal government. And so, with no comment on the leaders of the federal government, either congressional or executive branch, it is simply the reality that money is being cut. And so our ability to be effective partners with you right now is strained because of the federal cuts. At the same time, at the legislative level here in North Carolina, you know we have a legislature that is dealing with some big challenges and big holes in the budget that they need to fill. Number one, the governor and the legislature have both committed to Hurricane Helene recovery in the western part of the state. Money needs to go to that. Because of what I just mentioned on the federal level, there are cuts to Medicaid and SNAP food stamp programs. Who's going to fill that hole? The legislature potentially will raise its hand to fill that hole. All of those varying priorities mean there's always a squeeze on things like our departmental operations and our ability to be the most effective partners with you. But I will stand here today, as I shared with the chairman, that you have my commitment to continue to work hand in hand with the Lumbee and all the 8 state-recognized tribes to be the best partners that we can be, to celebrate the rich and important history that you all bring to the state of North Carolina. We are here to work on all of these things that I mentioned before: housing, education, workforce development, you name it, victim services. These are important things. And so you have my commitment to be the best and most effective partner for you, to celebrate, to innovate, and to work together to make sure that our resources are effectively used to the greatest extent. And so I'm happy to be here. I thank you for the time. I thank the chairman for his commitment to the work that we do together. I want to also publicly recognize and thank my friend Greg Richardson, who is the leader of our division, for the amazing work that he has done for over 4 decades in the community. Thank you, Mr. Richardson. And with that, I will simply say thank you again. I'm glad to be here in Lumbee country, and I look forward to coming back. And once again, if there's an opportunity to do other things together, be it during Celebration Week and July 4th or what have you, I'm happy to come back again, and so look forward to those opportunities. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary.
And I'm happy to answer any questions, but happy to move on if you've got other business.
I'd like to echo Representative Councilmember Dollar Bill's invitation. We do have a powwow next month, and so of course, naturally, we extend an invitation for you and your staff to attend.
Appreciate that.
I will move on just momentarily. I do have one question.
Sure.
That burns at the edge of not only my mind, but my 20 colleagues here. The governor came in January, and we do understand there's a lot going on, particularly in the western part of the country. But it is August, and from my understanding, we have not got a letter of support or commitment to the Lumbee Fairness Act. And so I'd like to ask you today, what is the stance of you and the governor on the Lumbee Fairness Act? And if you support it, when could we expect that announcement?
I do believe that is something that the chairman has also raised with the governor and his private audience, and you have my commitment to seek out where we are with that with the governor. I don't want to get ahead of him on whatever his position might be, but you have my commitment to seek that out and be back in touch with you and the chairman just as soon as we can. I know it's a timely issue because even just recently on the 19th, I understand that there was an update on the process.
Certainly.
And that it is now the position of the Department of Interior that the next step is a congressional step. And so I would hope that this fall, as Congress comes back into session, that there is movement on this issue, because I know it has been a long-sought effort, and it is time for it to be resolved. And so I will get back to you just as soon as I have word from the governor, and hopefully we can get something in.
Thank you. Our concern is that with that recess and coming back, it's noticeable that the governor has not supported that bill.
Understood. I will relay those sentiments.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all.
We'll ask you to come here into the center, and we have a gift for you.
Oh, that's so generous.
Mr. Chairman, would you join me?
Speaker Baker and council member, if I may, I would like to ask permission to introduce, we have some staff here with us today. We have my deputy director, Candace Lowry, over here, and other staff in the room, Stan. And we also have, Mr. Speaker, a couple of commission members here tonight, here to support your efforts and to support this meeting.
Thank you. Thank y'all. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
At this time, we'll move on. And I'd like to recognize Chairman John L. Lowry for the chairman's report.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for allowing me this time. I'll only be up here a few minutes. I'm sorry, I do apologize. Just want to thank everyone for the gala. We had a wonderful time. I had over 700 people to be there, and sold out almost every table as just tables. So definitely want to thank the committee staff who helped make it a success. And as I said Saturday night, we did have some people who said, ain't nobody going to go to Hope County. If it ain't in Robinson County, ain't nobody going to show up. And man, our people showed up and showed out, and they looked fabulous. So, and it was all for a good time, and it was also for a good cause. As we all know, and as I told the secretary, just as you know, as we were speaking, our friends in the mountains are against us, and they have a license to print money with their numerous casinos, and so our little gala doesn't compare to all the money that they're making per hour, per week, per month, per year. But it definitely goes a long way in helping us to get to and from DC, and to also attend fundraisers ourselves, and also do other things to push our cause. So, and there was a newspaper article that went out earlier this week about the BIA's report. The lady did the report and pretty much sent a FOIA request to Department of Interior, and Department of Interior said, the report's over at the White House, but pretty much the DOI report is going to say that we favor the legislative route. And so with her newspaper report, that's now been picked up by a lot of people, and so it is what it is. But it's no surprise to us, because I've been saying it forever, and we've been saying it forever, that there's only one route, and that is the legislative route. There's no magic pill. So I don't know if she was, as a reporter, was thinking there's some magic pill to recognition or not, but there's not no magic pill. It is the federal recognition route through Congress. And so that's something we know, that's something we've been pushing for, and that's something we will continue to push for. So I have rarely been on the phone recently with Senator Tillis. Him and I are talking almost every day now. And if I don't speak to him, I'm definitely speaking to his staffer. So we're definitely working. Everybody knows what our goal is. I'm not going to stay here and say it out loud so people out there can see it. But you guys know what the goal is as far as what we're doing to push this thing to get across the finish line. Also, just want to say thank you guys for supporting us at Strike at the Wind. We had a great 3 weekends. We did not have any rainouts this time around. As you guys know, last year I think we had 3 rainouts. So this time around it's just 100 degrees and dry. But we were able to do it every night. It was a great event. The Chairman's Box has turned out to be a great spot there, and the entire facility is just amazing. And I was hoping to get the secretary out there to see the Culture Center, but unfortunately, I think he was hanging out at the museum with Nancy and her crowd for a long time. So, but next time you come in, we'll definitely go out to the Culture Center, because we have received numerous. We've received almost $5 million now from the state over the past couple of years, and we've definitely invested in the amphitheater has been totally revamped, and we've done a lot of good work out there, and we have a good plan for where we're going with the Culture Center. So, and for it to be a tourism attraction for the coming years. Also, we are preparing for our annual Bike Fest coming up, our bike and car show. So I was actually met with Paul Watson last Friday, and he's a great guy who does bikes and bike racing, and he's just all about this stuff. So so we're definitely looking forward to that. We're looking forward to the powwow. We're looking forward to the Fish Fry and Fall Festival. So we have a lot going on, like we always do, and just appreciate our employees and all that they do to ensure that this stuff goes on in the evening time, on the weekends. We ask them to do a whole lot, so I'm proud of them and proud of the work that they do. So, and just want to say thank you guys for all that you're doing. And Secretary, we just did recently work with the Indian Commission staff on the back to school event, and that was very good. Miss Brittany Bullard for your staff there was, I think, well, I don't know if she was the lead person, but she was definitely our point of contact, and so we were proud to be able to work together in that. And I know we worked with the Indian Commission on domestic violence stuff in the past as well. So so you guys do have some good programs there, and we're always looking for opportunities to work with the Indian Commission on the different programs that they provide to tribal members. So with that being said, Mr. Speaker, I hope I haven't taken up too much time, but I definitely want to hit on the gala. Thank you once again to the gala committee. This thing has been totally successful, and I'll be glad when Ms. Sharon can give us, all the receipts are done, and we actually know just how much we raised. But I know that was part of our goal when you and I first talked. You and Pam talked, I think, back in March. We said, we want to be able to raise as much money and keep the costs down, and I think you guys did a great job at that. So thank you very much. Thank y'all.
Thank you, Chairman. At this time, we'll move to committee reports. At this time, I'll recognize Mr. Bobby Emanuel, Chair of the Constitution and Ordinance.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I have 3 ordinances that we need to vote on tonight. The first ordinance is dealing with the Commission of Indian Affairs, and the only thing we changed in this ordinance is the district. We went from 14 to 21 districts, so we had to amend the way it was broke up. And so what we did in this one, District 1 is made up of 1, 2, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 21. District 2 is made up of 4, 10, 11, 12, 13, 18, and 19. And District 3 is made up of 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 20. The second ordinance is dealing with the administrative court, and the third ordinance is dealing with the election board districts. Both those were broke up into 5 districts, the same 5 districts for both of them. And what I want to do, I'd like to have a motion to vote on those 2 as a blanket vote.
Second. Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Okay.
You have your blanket vote.
Okay, so on those last 2, the 5 districts, where District 1 is 10, 11, 13, and 19. District 2 is 4, 5, 9, and 18. District 3 is 6, 7, 8, and 20. District 4 is 1, 12, 16, and 17. And District 5 is 2, 3, 14, 15, and 21. So, back to my first ordinance, which is CLLO 2006-1116-02, amended August 21st, 2025, North Carolina Commission of Indian Affairs, districts. Let's start at the first whereas. The Lumbee Tribe of North Carolina is a recognized American Indian tribe in the state of North Carolina, subject to the Constitution of the Lumbee Tribe of North Carolina and his inherent power of self-governance. Whereas Article 7, Section 1 of the Tribal Constitution delegates all legislative authority to the Tribal Council and the Lumbee Tribe of North Carolina, and therefore being enacted by the Tribal Council and the Lumbee Tribe of North Carolina, this ordinance shall be cited as North Carolina Commission of Indian Affairs districts. And I've already gave you the districts. Yield back.
Thank you. Coming from committee, it needs no second. I'll open the floor for debate. Hearing it. Yes, Mr. Jody.
Sir Speaker, when would these appointments take effect? When their terms run out, or were they taking effect immediately?
Right now, we are just updating the districts so that, due to the maps being updated, so that when appointments occur, we appoint from the right districts as set up by the ordinance. Hearing and seeing no other questions, I'll call for a roll call vote.
Billy Oxendine,
Yes.
Graylin Mitchell,
Yes.
Gerald Goolsby,
Yes.
Pam Hunt,
Yes.
Harold Smith,
Yes.
Jody Bullard,
Yes.
Carrington Locklear, Larry Chavis,
Yes.
Yvonne Dial,
Yes.
Kathy Hunt,
Yes.
Johnny Bell, Bobby Emanuel,
Yes.
Chucklewana Oxendine, yes. Josephine Doss,
Yes.
Alex Baker,
Yes.
Homer Fields,
Yes.
Nancy Locklear,
Yes.
Mary Locklear, Larry Souls,
Yes.
Christy Hunt,
Yes.
Rudy Locklear.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Again, I re-emphasize the last two ordinances is a blanket vote. The first one is tribal ordinance number 2004-0003, ordinance of the establishment of an administrative court amendment. And the second one is CLLO-2006-1116-03, election board districts. I will read the one for the administrative court. So this ordinance, and this was amended August 21st, 2025, ordinance to establish the establishment of the administrative court. I'm gonna start with the first whereas. Whereas the Lumbee tribe of North Carolina is a recognized American Indian tribe of the state of North Carolina, subject to the Constitution of the Lumbee tribe of North Carolina and its inherent power of self-governor. Whereas Article 7, Section 1 of the tribal constitution delegates all legislative authority to the tribal council of the Lumbee tribe of North Carolina. And whereas the tribal members of those seeking tribal membership are entitled to due process when adverse decisions are made in regards to service and enrollment. And therefore, being enacted by the tribal council of the Lumbee tribe of North Carolina, this ordinance shall be cited as ordinance of the establishment of an administrative court. I yield back.
Again, council, all that changed in these long-established laws, one from 2004 and the second one from 2006, is we have updated the district maps to correspond to those districts as outlined to make our appointments. So coming from committee, it needs no second. I will open the floor for discussion. I recognize Mr. Goolsby.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, he'll need to go ahead and read the second ordinance, at least part of it.
How about I'll go ahead and read that on his behalf?
Thank you.
I'll start with the third whereas, tribal, and he read the administrative court, so I'll flip over to the election board. Whereas Article 10 of the tribal constitution establishes the independent tribal elections board, known as Elections Board, and the method in which the election board shall be seated, and therefore being enacted by the tribal council of the Lumbee tribe of North Carolina, this ordinance shall be cited as election board districts. Again, Article 10 of the Constitution and the tribal court says that it shall be divided equally as possible into 5 appointing committees, and by some method of chance, each of the 5 appointing committees shall appoint 1 election board member. And so we have done that. District 1, again, is districts 10, 11, 13, and 19. District 2 will be 4, 5, 9, and 18. District 3 will be 6, 7, 8, and 20. District 4 will be 1, 12, 16, and 17. And finally, District 5 will consist of tribal districts 2, 3, 14, 15, and 21. Any other discussion? Hearing and seeing none, I will call for a roll call vote. Please remember, this is a blanket vote on the last 2 ordinances, council. Thank you. Madam.
Billy Oxendine,
Yes.
Graylin Mitchell,
Yes.
Gerald Goolsby,
Yes.
Pam Hunt,
Yes.
Harold Smith,
Yes.
Jody Bullard,
Yes.
Carrington Locklear, Larry Chavis,
Yes.
Yvonne Dial,
Yes.
Kathy Hunt,
Yes.
Johnny Bell, Bobby Emanuel,
Yes.
Chucklewana Oxendine, yes. Josephine Doss,
Yes.
Alex Baker,
Yes.
Homer Fields,
Yes.
Nancy Locklear,
Yes.
Mary Locklear, Larry Souls,
Yes.
Christy Hunt,
Yes.
Rudy Locklear.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. At this time, we'll move to community comments. We did not have no one sign up, so now we will progress to calendar review. The chair recognizes Ms. Pam.
Mr. Speaker, I'd like to do another, a budget session on August 26th at 6:30.
All right, so for the month of August, we'll do the 26th, a budget session. Anything else for the August calendar? Mr. Rudy?
So District 20 and 7, so District 20 is me and Christie, the new district, and Ms. Siobhan, still District 7. We'll be co-sponsoring a back-to-school event on August 23rd, which is the same day as Harold and Pam's, but ours will start at 3, from 3 to 6 at the town of Pembroke Park, right next door, and we'll be doing something similar to what you guys are doing, giving out backpacks, supplies, food, all that kind of thing. So we have donated money from our account, and Mr. Ricky has purchased supplies with some of our community funds. So if you know anybody, please invite them to come.
Fantastic. So we have on Saturday, August the 23rd, in addition is Tribal District 20 and 21 and 7, did I hear you? District 20 and 7 are going to do a back-to-school bash from 3 to 6 p.m. at Pembroke Town Park, Pembroke Recreation. All right. I'd like to remind council that District 3 has a back to school on the same day, the 23rd. That one is from 10 to 12:30. And then on the 28th, District 11 and 19 will have a community meeting at 6:30 at Hawkeye Boys and Girls Club. Yes, Dollar Bill. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. Miss Jones?
I'm going to have a Health and Human Services with Dr. Beasley at Gray Pond Baptist Church, August the 25th, this coming up Monday at 6 o'clock.
And that was a what now? A
Health and Human Services.
Health and Human Services meeting 6:30.
Meeting at 6 o'clock
6.
with Dr. Cherry Beasley.
And that's Gray Pond?
It's Gray Pond Baptist Church.
Gray Pond Baptist Church. All right. Dollar Bill?
Miss Pam, can we have a meeting with just the council and set a date with just the council without administration? That'd be a good time.
1 minute. We can decide that on the 26th, if you don't mind.
All right. Anything else for August? All right. We'll move now to September. Speaker. I'm going to start on this side with Nancy.
I'm going to have a housing meeting on September 9th.
Housing on September the 9th.
It's 6:30.
Okay. Ms. Pam?
We have the auditors presenting to us on September the 2nd, and that will take just a short time, and afterwards we'll have a finance meeting.
Finance meeting at 6:30?
Well, I think the audit's going to be first, and it's going to be virtual, a virtual presentation.
But it's at 6:30?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ms. Doss?
I'm going to have a community meeting at Gray Pond Baptist Church on September 11th, starting at 6.
So that is another community meeting on September the 11th at 6 p.m. at Gray Pond. All right, Mr. Bobby?
Yes, so I'd like to have a constitutional ordinance on the 4th, September.
I've already scheduled that.
Okay, that's for the economic development. Okay, that's fine. Does anybody got anything for that night? What?
We got housing on the night.
Give me that.
You can do house at 7:30.
That's fine by 8, 'cause you can.
Okay, I do house. I got the house.
After housing CNO on the 9th at 7:30. Brother Gerald?
Yeah, September the 4th, I'll pretty much need the whole night. LTH report, Lumberton Tribe Holdings report first at 6:30, and then right after that, an economic development official committee meeting. So we'll say 6:30, 7:30 for both, but we'll probably, I don't know how long the first one's going to be, so if I can have the whole night, be fine.
All right, so on September the 4th, starting at 6:30, will be the LTH report for economic and economic development, sorry. And we will begin the economic committee meeting shortly after. Tentatively, you can schedule that in at 7:30, but it begin after LTH report. Did I see your hand up, Chocobana?
Right here. I think you
Miss-
skipped me.
Miss Mary?
Okay, on the 15th, if anybody else has got something, we could do it all the same night. The ag, because I talked with them and they wanted to come. We were going to discuss our trip, for one thing.
So we have one meeting on finance on the 2nd.
In Mr. Homer's district where they
Oh.
just bought all that land.
That's on housing. No, he chose the night.
Yeah, we're going to go see the islands.
No, CNO chose that night. Mhm. Yeah.
Like 14 acres of tribe.
So what do you want to do?
Well, I mean, if somebody else is meeting, I like to meet the same night so we don't have to come out just for
Nobody's
this.
chosen the night. Or the 15th. I mean, no one's chosen the 15th.
Does anybody, so nobody has anything else
I
going
believe
on?
you're the last committee.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, what I was saying is finance doesn't have nobody, you could do it on the 2nd.
Okay, we'll do the second.
You want to do the 2nd? A&R, Agricultural and Natural Resources, is at 7:30 on the 2nd.
Okay.
Any other committees? All right, so I'll review the calendar one more time. Finance meeting at 6:30 on September the 2nd, A&R to follow at 7:30. On the 4th will be a total night of economic development with LTH, the holding company, reporting at 6:30, and then the economic committee following reasonably around 7:30 or so. Housing on the 9th at 6:30, and CNO at 7:30. On the 11th, Ms. Doss is having a community meeting at Gray Pond, beginning at 6. Please call attention that tribal offices will be closed on Friday, September the 26th, in honor of the powwow. The powwow is the 26th, the 27th, and the 28th. The tribal offices will be closed on the 29th, that following Monday as well. All right. Yes, Mr. Rudy?
Robeson County Fair starts on September 26th as well.
All right. Thank you for that announcement. At this time,
Jefferson First office is closed too.
yes, it will be closed in honor of Labor Day. All right. At this time, I will entertain let's see. Homer, would you dismiss?
I'll
us
make a
in
motion
prayer?
to adjourn.
Yeah. All those in favor say aye.
Aye. Mr. Speaker, before we adjourn and timely with the prayer, I would like for us all to remember, Lumberton today lost a young man. A young man took his own life, at the, Boots Park Bridge. And as such, it's just sad, no matter the age, but as a child, you just feel like that's an extra, what could we have done? So just keep that family in prayer, if you will.
Shall we pray?